Thank you for joining us for this busy Tuesday. I'm Cindy Eizaguirre. North Texas was under some sort of weather warning or watch for nearly 11 hours yesterday. There were at least 2 confirmed tornadoes on the ground, one in Blue Ridge in Collin County, the other near Egan in Johnson County. The damage left behind from that entire storm system spans from rural Collin County all the way south to Johnson County. Our crews are on the ground now getting a first-hand look. Jobin Paniker is in Egan, near where one of those tornadoes touched down. And Chris Lawrence leads our coverage tonight in Burleson. Chris, you have been told quite a story, several of them today.
Yeah, that's right, Izzy. I mean, and sometimes after a storm like this, it can be really hard to get a handle on the damage and really determine what came from where. So I want to have Sam flip around here and show you across that field, maybe away. You can see all of those huge warehouses on there, and you can see the size of those metal doors on the side. Well, last night when the wind started coming through, they started ripping those doors right off. Back around here, Sam, and they started tearing those off. One of them just came flying right through here, and there it is. It ended up right here. And the man who lives inside, Stephen Barnes, said basically, if it had not been for this, if he didn't have this, garage structure right here, there would have been nothing to stop that door.
Oh, that went through my house. It would have probably killed us in the closet. No doubt. I have no doubt. Because see what it done to this. It was a scary thing. It'll last about 13 seconds, but it was terrifying.
All right, let's get a look now from HD Chopper 8 at some of the other damage in Johnson County. We saw one large home with fairly significant roof damage, lumber scattered everywhere, what looks to be perhaps some fencing that had come down. One house in particular had been almost gutted. It would be hard to imagine anybody surviving the storm if they chose to ride it out when that came through. We also saw headstones toppled over, trees uprooted. Some of these trees really gives you an idea of the power of the winds and the way they were just tossed around. But again, you get the idea of just what this storm was doing. We also saw what looks to be a skeleton of a barn or a large shed. We imagine that the wind or the storm literally picked up the shell and simply moved it on top of a different cement slab. A lot of debris everywhere, ladders down, a lot of things that you would normally expect to see in a windstorm of this size. But wind was just one of the aspects of this storm. The other was rain. We saw that torrential rain coming down so hard, so fast, and that's why I want to take you north to Collin County. We saw heavy flooding in what looks to be farming fields. A lot of flooding on the trails. In fact, the entire flooded area is fairly large. It goes on for miles. It's a really good thing that today we're getting a warm, sunny, dry day, because that area was just a complete muddy mess. But obviously the sun and the dry air is helping to dry it out a bit.